Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Fernando.
Good morning.
He's Fernando. I'm Dean. We're your hosts. This is 12 Volt News, a show where we talk about...
It's the opposite. You're Fernando.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. I got a tan. Where we talk about car stereo news and only car stereo news. If you're interested in asking questions about your car stereo, make sure you hit us up on Mondays or Saturdays on the live show on this here channel, or you can find us on Instagram, where we also go live at least every other day, and we'll answer your questions there. But today we got news, and of course the regulars, the weather.
Good morning,
gentlemen. 66 and drizzly in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yes.
But let me tell you what, here... What is the weather like here?
Here is 72, partly cloudy.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it is. It is beautiful.
You know,
the high is gonna be 85.
So I mean, that's always the funny thing in Florida. It's like we get this time of the year, it's like jacket, no jacket, jacket, no jacket. It's always that mixed bag.
I have that jacket, the new jacket, one. Yeah, I have it in the car.
It's fancy, right?
Case,
it's in Haley's car too. We bought this new jacket from the Old Navy that we put logos on. It's just really cool.
Yeah.
But for the rest of you guys,
not so much.
North Carolina, 60 sunny with a high of 70. Yeah, they get showers later for sure. Morning, guys. What's up, Dougie Fresh?
Good morning, buddy.
Dougie Fresh in the house. We'll be out there in 2 weeks. Doing
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's
so
fast.
San Diego checking a beautiful 54 morning out there. Forecast calls for perfection starting at 8 a.m. There you go, San Diego. What do you expect? So this weekend, there's a lot of stuff going on. So you have Mobile Solutions has a training going on this weekend, which Doug will probably pop into because he does that.
Yeah.
And then you also have Knowledge Fest started this weekend in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously we're not there, which is weird because normally we're always there. This one, however, I had a family thing to do, and Fernando was going to go, but he didn't, which probably worked out okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. But for the rest of us, the weather is turning into complete poo this weekend. Really?
I can see that. Sometimes it happens in here, the same thing,
Pacific Northwest, 39 and clear. That's clear is good. That it's a beautiful place, and when it's clear. But as soon as
I don't know, you guys talking about like it's always when I went.
When you went, you got lucky.
Beautiful.
I've been there 3 times. 2 out of 3 times were beautiful.
Beautiful.
Good morning from Vermont. 44, lots of sun.
Yeah.
It almost seems silly. Of course, it's totally Hispanic. Olaf. Or Olaf. 60 headed into 95 today. Yeah. And that's why we have Master Tech Expo when we do. Because standing outside at 95, well, we know how much that sucks. Hey, boys, 62 in Pittsburgh.
Very good.
Good morning, fellas. Sunny and ridiculously hot in Nebraska.
Oh,
with a high of 58 degrees.
There he is. I was talking about him yesterday.
Fro? Dude, okay. We got to talk later, Fro. I have no idea why. Like, he emailed me that picture, and I'm sure there's something there I'm supposed to know. Yeah. But I'm too tired.
It's having fun.
Yeah, but no. Anyways, up there in the corner of the world, it is 41 and early. Yeah, I know. What are you doing up this early? It's like 6 a.m. Pizza Dave.
What's up?
Here in long underwear and no long underwear. Here it's long Jesus Christ. I don't know why I saw long underwear, but my brain just totally went to crap. Here it's
long underwear.
Yeah, okay, so there's underwear.
Or no long underwear.
Yeah, I it's like that screwed me up, Dave. Totally threw me off. Haley'd be laughing her butt off right now. Sucks when you're overweight and you got a jacket a little longer than thinner. Yeah. I understand. Get white noise first minute of vehicle turning on, then white noise goes away. More than likely what's happening is the noise gate and the system you have, because some like factory, not factory rated, but aftermarket radios have noise gates built into them, probably turning on and off, so more than likely noise is there all the time. Just don't hear it. That's a tough one. It's probably a sequencing issue. You get like, it's probably a noise gate turning on, doing away with the noise. So, I don't know. But anyways, that's a car stereo question. And where you want to direct that to is, like I said, Monday or Saturday, we deal with those questions. GM, Springfield, Massachusetts, checking in 56 and 69. Hi, Fro. Totally slipped my mind. Sorry. Dean, thanks for referral. Jason and Columbus Car Audio. Met him on Wednesday. They swapped out my poorly acting head unit. By the way, they were impressed with you and Fernando's system install. Really? I mean, I love those guys, but the fact that they were impressed is kind of funny because, like, they know what we do. But no, I'm glad you met him, Jason.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I talked to him earlier this week.
He's great on Wednesdays.
He's great on Wednesdays?
Yeah. That's when you met him.
Yeah. Good morning. How are you, Dave?
What's up?
It's the Dutch Brothers drink Haley wanted to try. Thank you, Fro. Okay. I will forward it to her. That makes sense now. I remember that. Dutch Brothers. That's why I didn't know what we were talking about because it was a Haley thing. Go figure, right? Chris Brinkley.
Sprinkly.
Phantom Chris.
What
Chris
up?
Car Audio. Chris the man. Chris won't share his cowboy hat. Good morning. Having a great day. Did you see the sticker, the new wrap that they put on the Phantoms trucks?
Yeah. I kind of like that style, that.
It looks way better.
The blue, the purple, it was horrible.
Purple was bad. Purple would have been cool.
The
purple would have been cool in the 90s, but we didn't do wraps back then.
The blue was like a cable company.
It was very basic.
That's
very
what I'm
basic. I didn't really understand the rebranding when they went so basic like that. Yeah. Sometimes I just feel like they just say yes to things.
I mean, you have to. If
no, but I mean, like people in charge just say yes to things because it's like, I don't care, whatever. Yeah, that looks great.
No, I like it. I like the truck.
Just because it's like nobody cares about amp.
And the system that he has it's
mediocre
cool.
At best.
Yeah,
but it's like him though. 63 light rain, East Tennessee. I think I'm going to Tennessee.
Tennessee. Sony has the new 95 ES on sale. Have you heard rumors of the refresh or dedicated Sony ES DSP?
So that's one of those things where like there's always rumors. I will say this about Sony personnel. They keep their mouth shut, and almost to the point to where it's comical because we've talked with the person that could tell us and he just laughs. He's like, I don't know why these guys won't tell you this stuff. Jesus, this is what you need to know.
So this is one thing. We're in a class, everybody was there and everybody's asking about the ESP, and they say we can confirm or deny if it's coming.
Yeah.
So
hola.
Yeah. Hey, brother. ¿Cómo estás? So
Hey, so really you don't know anything new coming Sony. Like 2 weeks out from release, they'll start to be like certain people will find out, usually not us. But one of the people that find out will usually tell us.
But the 95 ES is really nice piece.
Yeah, and there again, it could be just a case they have a bunch in the warehouse and they need to move them. So
because something is coming.
I don't think anything's coming.
No,
I don't think. I mean, what is the unit? 3 years old now? 4 years old? I mean, it's due for a refresh for sure.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do to it? Unless what are you gonna like? I think manufacturers have finally figured out that
put a better background.
put a better background. Honestly,
color.
The thing that Sony needs more than anything else is just better graphics. I think their graphics are boring, which is part of the allure. Don't get me wrong, because they make it simple for people so that they're not intimidated by flashy lights.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's white. It's like you can change the colors, but it's just
very basic, which isn't a bad thing. It's just a thing. And before we get too far, we'd like to thank the folks at CE Outlook. That's right. When they do their job, we can do our job. So keep up the good work. If you're interested in any of the stuff we're going to talk about today, make sure to head over to CE Outlook. There are links in the show description so that you can, like, hey, look at me, and find out more. Arturo chimes in and says, I like Simple from Sony. And don't get me wrong, I do
great.
too. I just wish it was like, I don't know, maybe 10% more, maybe 20% more. Great sales feature. And there again, it's not going to intimidate. It'd be great for the current president.
Yeah.
No,
it's awesome.
All right.
I like Sony.
Moving on. And that's as political as I'll get. And that was even a bad political joke. So let's pull this guy up here and let's hit this. Automobile. Not to be confused with Automobility, which I always do.
Yeah.
That cool place out of Canada. Anyways, Automobile introduces new speed enclosures at K-Fest. So speed is an acronym because why wouldn't it be? And what it's for, I really don't care because I hate acronyms with a passion. However, they're getting into the pre-made subwoofer enclosure boxes. But like anything that Automobile does, they have decided to go full ham on this bitch, as they say. And it is quite the enclosure. We're talking, it is the front, as you can see, the subwoofers there are countersunk in because it is using 2 pieces of 3/4 inch to make the front baffle. So you get a full 1.5 inch front baffle. And then the rest of the enclosure is made out of 3/4 inch all the way through. So as not to be confused with those, as they say, cringy 5/8 boxes that a lot of companies make now. So yeah, it's a pretty hefty box. It's their shallow mount. If you've never had the joy of hearing one of these woofers, I strongly recommend it. They are quite impressive.
Yeah, I'm excited for this because they make great subwoofers, and I'm pretty sure the box is gonna sound very good.
Yeah, no, I mean everything those guys do is on point.
It's great. Yeah.
I like this. Hands on the wheels. He's a truck driver. Also, in new product news, some of you guys may have heard of this. Updates on Kicker's Warhorse. Now, this is no surprise. We all know it's coming out. We have one sitting over there that we're going to take a look at and show you guys next week. We unboxed it this week on Instagram and showed you guys some of just look at this, a little close up here and there. We compared it to the bigger brother, the OG that we have on the wall, and checked out some of the styling cues.
Yeah.
We officially figured out that you could put 3 of these inside of the old one, thus getting another 10,000 watt amplifier. So that's not a bad thing, right? Well, that was neat. This whole thing just reset.
Oh, very good.
Very weird. But one of the things that we finally did get in this article is a little bit of information on how it was produced, or how it was designed. Which we'll talk more about in the video we'll put out later this week. But we also got the retail price, which a lot of people have been waiting for, and it's coming in at $10.99.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So ours comes, it's a 3,600 watt amp, $10.99. There again, I don't know what to compare it to. We're not really into this. If you're a Kicker fan, I feel like this is probably pretty solid. But hey, that's what we got. It's a very attractive, very heavy amplifier. Like most in this category are very heavy. One of the cool features that we did notice is that it does have 40-gauge speaker outputs. So off to distribution blocks you go. And speaking of distribution blocks, one of the other things we did find out about this, yes, we are going to have power distribution blocks, Warhorse power distribution blocks coming out. So they're going to have a whole line of accessories along with this amplifier so that you can accessorize all your Warhorse needs.
Yeah.
So pretty cool there. Also, I know we've touched on this before, but WaveTech dips into the subwoofer market. Jason, the head engineer over at WaveTech, he's of many things. He used to work at Alpine, and he's designed speakers and amplifiers and all this other fun stuff before. He's a true engineer. He also I gave him an IRTA too.
Oh, really?
Yep. He came up and he's like, I need one of these. And I was like, yes, you do.
Cool.
Because he teaches a lot of classes on cost-effective ways to do stereo integration. Which, whatever. But he was bored one weekend and decided that he wanted to get back into, designing something cool.
Design.
So he went back to the drawing board and, in his mind came up with one of the coolest versions of a shallow mount driver, patent pending, of course. Talked to me about it while we were at Canada, and he was like, dude, it's really cool. Did this, I did that. A lot of nerd talk that I was like, that sounds amazing. So at first they're going to ship a 12. They're going to then follow it up by a 10. They are not getting into the speaker business, though. This is not a new avenue in which they're supposedly not going to go down. For those of you unfamiliar,
I don't get that. When you are designing something, you're not getting into that business.
I think what it was is, obviously they started out with high level, low level, and that transitioned
into amplifiers.
It was supposed to transition into DSP, because remember they had the DSP that they were working on, which was really cool. Yep. It was like a 10 channel in, 8 channel out, or 12 channel in, 8 channel out that never came to be, because I think when they finally went to go getting, who knows what happened there, but either way, that's still somewhere floating around in somebody's brain, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But and there again, this makes sense, because during COVID, doing electronical design was next to impossible. Like one of the things, like when audio control, when we were out there, they were talking to us about, here's what we can build right now. What do you guys think of these ideas? Because that was all that was available to us.
There was no chips and salsa.
Yeah, there's totally no chips and salsa. You just had the party bowl in which you could make. So it kind of makes sense for somebody with, an overactive imagination like most of us here in the car audio world have, is they have to put their mind somewhere, and making something like a speaker.
Just to have to make money,
right?
Sure.
Well, you still have to like feel completion. So there again, don't know, didn't really get into it on that, but a subwoofer actually made sense for the amount of time, because as we know, these things take 2 to 3 years to develop. So if you follow the clock back, this would be a good thing to do during COVID.
100%.
Because it was that you had time, and you could probably get this stuff made easily enough. So anyways, for those of you that are interested in another shallow mount driver,
check them out.
We have WaveTech that will be shipping later this year, followed up first part of next year with a 10.
Very nice.
New PG products in Europe. Yeah. So also happening this weekend, if you're in Europe, is Emma World Finals. Our good friend Fred Lynch from Arc Audio is out there this weekend, having fun and excitement. And I'm sure Diogo and those guys are out there too. Maybe not though. I don't know, because there's a lot of things going on this weekend.
It is a lot of things,
Yeah, but yes, Phoenix Gold is huge in Europe. Not so much here anymore.
Yeah.
Moving on to things that we should all care about.
From Montreal.
Hey, what's going on? Update on head unit sales.
Okay,
it may come as no surprise, but head unit sales were supposed to dip. They're supposed to dip, and guess what they didn't do? Dip. You dip, we dip. No, didn't happen. Sales of head units are still on point, outselling projections. My thought on this was somebody needs to tell the head unit manufacturers this information, because I really feel like a lot of them are doing a very poor job at coming out with head units that we all want to buy. I don't know. Like, I guess as a product matures to the point where the head units are maturing, for some reason, the race to zero has come in full effect. And what we're getting now is there seems to be no middle ground. Like before, you used to have entry level, medium, which was pretty decent. Then you had high end. Now it just seems like you have entry level and high end, and that's it. And the amount of high end radios that are available to us is shrinking drastically fast, which is kind of a problem. Because what we're ending up with is a lot of entry-level radios, and a lot of radios that might have been mid-fi, really pretending to be mid-fi and are straight-up entry-level with shiny boxes. And it's for us, it's very frustrating because we're spending a lot of time dealing with the problems that these radios have. And it's like, I just don't want to sell. There's brands out there that we don't sell some of their line because it's just trash, which is the easiest way to say it. I mean, it's straight garbage. And you guys out there that don't have to deal with this day in, day out, don't realize that you think you're buying something good because of the brand that's on there, only to find out that you bought trash. And there again, but that's what the world has turned into. It's like, everybody wants a $299, and if I can get a $299 with a name, then I guess that's the one I'm going to buy. Not realizing that, no, you're really not. You might as well buy the one without the name. You're getting the same experience.
Correct.
I'm not going to argue that point, 25, but you could could be onto something there. But yes, Emma. Yeah, there you go. So Emma is this weekend. So lots of shows going on. But anyways, I don't know. I feel like in there again, we've seen the projection for a lot of these manufacturers over the next couple of years, and I don't think they're showing up to the party anymore. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's too many old people at the top of the companies that are just screwing these things up and not innovating. We need to bring some young blood into that side of the industry. I don't know, but I mean, yes, we all look at like the dashes in these current cars and we go, yeah, we're probably not going to be putting a radio in that, which is great because it's like, okay, fine. But we know we're going to at some point have to put a radio in a Kia Santa Fe. All right. Even though it's 2 screens and whatnot, at some point a radio is going to have to go in there. So we're going to have to come up with a solution for that problem because the aftermarket will have to go on.
But it's going to be like 3 or 4 years, 5 years, maybe.
I don't even think we got that much time, to be honest with you. But the funny thing is I used to think like these manufacturers wouldn't let this happen because they need this money. You know, that's how they stay afloat. But as of late, I'm beginning to kind of change that thought process because I just see what a lot of these companies are doing. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I think these companies are all set and ready to just go out of business. You know, they're just going to ride the wave until they don't have to anymore. And then they're just going to close up shop and everyone's going to go home. And all the older people that are in the company, when they retire, they don't give a crap. You know, they've made their money.
They already did their own thing. So
I think, and that's a big problem in this industry is that it's very aged at the top, and these guys just want to collect a paycheck.
They don't let the new people get in.
No, it's very, very weird. So we'll see how it goes. But I think I'm changing my outlook on head unit manufacturers, and that I think most of them are setting themselves up for failure. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. All right, moving on to a more happier story. Hey, MECP launched Apple and Android apps.
That's pretty cool.
So for those of you that are interested in your MECP, you can still use the coupon code 5-star, spell it all, but capital F or 5 capitals STAR. All caps, 5, the number 5-star, and get I think 15% off or something like that. You get a percentage off. So, however, don't buy it through the app. That is one of the things about this app is that in order to avoid you having to pay, because it's like $100 for the service. So it's like, you know, you don't want to pay $132 because they want their 32% and they're not willing to lose that. Is that you buy, the best way to do this is kind of like Amazon Prime. When you buy videos, you got to buy them through the Amazon Prime, and then you can go back and watch it on your app. They're using basically the same business model here. But the cool thing is this stuff is now in an app. The only thing it didn't make clear, and this is one of the things I probably need to get figured out with Beulah, is can you be on an airplane now and not pay for the Wi-Fi on the airplane because that sucks, and just like stream
go through it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be a good question.
Yeah, that would be a good question. So that would be the one thing. I'm hoping that was the point of the app, is so that you can get to your content while you're flying or whatever it is, because I always thought that was the the problem was that, I could read it in the airport, but then when I got on the 8-hour plane flight, I couldn't do it. And I'm like, well, that kind of sucks.
And then I forget as soon as I land.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that's one of the features
positive?
that added.
Red or black?
For those of you that are interested, make sure to head over. They do have two new certification programs, 2 new courses available to us. And of course, the guys that love these things are jumping all over it. Which is cool.
And it's that one, actually, the one that you
professional expert certified
professional expert installation technician.
Yeah. Moving on. Yeah. Our good friend, Mr. Chris Bennett, formerly of Audio Control, formerly of a couple other companies. Most recently was at Museway for about a year and a quarter. Has decided to move on to Zabco. So he's become the U.S. sales director, guy in charge of all the sales in the U.S. So he will be doing Zabco and EBS audio brands. So that's pretty exciting. Talked to him like a couple days before he announced this, and that's exciting. He's really stoked. He was very, which was nice. It was nice to hear how happy he was that this was getting ready to happen.
We're excited.
So we're all happy for Chris. We hope he has a great journey with Zabco. I think they're going to be at Atlantic City I think they're coming out to Atlantic City. Did we see that on the
okay.
thing?
No, I don't
I feel
think
like I
so.
saw Zapco on Atlantic City's. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, we'll keep everyone up to date on what's going on with this, as opposed, Zapco in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's not a brand that I know much about. We have their DSP that we got a couple years ago.
That probably is not the same as
No, it can't be
right
because
now.
that one
You
was
know, it's like years ago.
that one was not very good to use. We tried to use it, so yeah, but no, I'm sure they have much different stuff. They do have their when I was out at Emma a couple years back, they had their new Zapco stuff that had the copper finish to it that was just gorgeous looking. They had a full system there. They had super expensive DSP and all that other fun stuff.
I think they make cool stuff. It's just I don't know why they are not.
It's been distribution. It's always distribution.
Line,
Yeah, I mean it's always just distribution chains. Because I mean look at like Helix, for example. Yeah. I mean Helix went through 4 or 5 different companies before they found the right fit with Larry at MSC.
It's just a lot of marketing.
No, it's just people. People will create. It's not marketing because they're really not marketing anything.
No. It's the right people in the marketing because.
But again, there's no marketing in MSC. It's literally just Larry going around telling everyone to use it.
But
it's the right people.
It's him promoting everything and his way.
Well, people trusted Larry just like a lot of people trust Chris. So
yeah,
getting the right people in the job to do is what's most important. But marketing, 12-volt marketing is like, what, are you kidding me?
What?
There's very little 12-volt marketing, man.
No.
We're gonna advertise with us and on CE Outlook, and that's about as far. I mean, what marketing do we? What marketing does anybody?
I mean,
do?
look, look, Kicker.
Who are they No, back up. I'm looking at those. Mm-hmm. Where are they marketing? Where's JL market? Where do you see any marketing in your life that says JL?
Well, I'm not saying.
No, that's here. No. You said they market. Where do they market? Where have you ever seen an ad for a 12-volt manufacturer anywhere in your life?
I mean, Facebook. If you follow them, you can see all the
there
stuff.
Again, that's following them, so you're expecting to get stuff.
Well, but I mean, we're in the
I go home. There's 10,000 Coke ads. There's 10,000 Toyota ads.
Yeah.
There's ads for things all over the place. There's very little marketing done in the 12-volt industry. Yes, and there we go. They all market within the industry. I don't see anything outside of the industry. Right. We are the best at marketing to ourselves.
Correct.
We have no ability to get new people in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why we do these shows.
Correct.
So that we can hopefully get some of the newbies that go, this 12-volt thing, what is this?
Right.
And they come in and they go, oh, this is fun. I can make music loud and sound good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. I mean, honestly, if you want to talk about somebody who does marketing, it would be Scar. Because if you go type in car audio on the Googles, guaranteed that he's spending $30,000 a day to make sure that
Instagram, Facebook,
he's everywhere.
Yes,
okay,
correct.
So that would be the only company that I can think of that does like active, maybe Crutchfield.
Really good, yeah.
Crutchfield. But there again, Scar is a brand, Crutchfield is a retailer. So there's very few brands that actually. I get the occasional email from manufacturers that I'm signed up for, but that's like
but it's because you sign up for that. That's
correct.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you follow in the 12-volt, you will get that. If you're not,
yeah. But, yeah. But the Rockford Fosgate system in the Mitsubishi, it was in a car ad. Exactly. I mean. And to be honest, and there's a company that makes some of the best ads on the market is Rockford Fosgate.
Now that I'm watching,
loves their
now that I'm watching F1, I didn't know that Kenwood is partnership with
Japan. Kenwood Japan.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, but they have headphones for the F1 crew, and I'm like Kenwood.
So Kenwood, well, dude, when you go to their website, they ask you, do you want? There's 2 websites. Kenwood makes some of the best. Walkie-talkie wireless transmitting systems around. That is their secondary business. When you type in Kenwood and you go to their site, they'll ask you, do you want communication or car stereo? Because their communication side of things is huge.
Over there?
No, here in general. But there again, where do you go and buy walkie-talkies? You get some crappy things at Walmart. You see the guys walking around at Disney because they can't use cell phones. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, what? Who's? We saw some people on the cruise walk. Everybody okay? I'm like, the frick walkie-talkie? Like, there's a whole streaming service the boat has that you can use for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kicker is out. Kicker is out. They
making their product.
Well, Kicker.
No.
So like Kicker goes to events. So they bring their truck out to events. So they're a public. Like if you go to their website, they have like 10 events that they have coming up. They have the Kicker Monster Truck Show in Colorado. That's the only one because I was like, dude, we should go to that. That sounds fun. And there again, you go to Jeep Bash and like Stinger is there, and Alpine is there, and what's the other one that makes Jeep stuff?
DS18.
DS18. It's not the one I was thinking of. But either way, my point is that outside of that though, they don't exist. You know, we just don't advertise anywhere. So anyways, that's it. That's the news. Thank you guys so much for playing along with us and listening to our crazy thoughts that we have on this cool industry that we are a part of. If you had questions about car audio, this was the wrong show to attend. Make sure to join us tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on Facebook or YouTube, whichever your preferred method is. Or you can also find us here on Mondays. If you need your question answered immediately, make sure to follow us on Instagram. That's a great place to get your question answered because the viewer count is lower because it's Instagram, and we can answer some of your questions there. We love to do it. You guys have a great Friday. If this is your last day of the week, get through it as quick as possible so you get home and start swimming in the pool. See ya.
Bye.